Hello and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Kayla.
And you're watching us attempt to build our dream workshop. Last video, we covered the walls in plastic and put up foam board insulation, as you can see us doing here. If you missed that video, we highly recommend that you go back and watch it. It should be linked either up in the corner or maybe in the description below. And if you enjoy what you're seeing, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with our progress. Regardless, thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy. This time, we're hanging R19 fiberglass rolls along the walls. The goal here is to create a workspace that holds heat well enough for us to be comfortable working on projects throughout the winter. For insurance, as well as other reasons, we do not plan to install a stove. Instead, we have a torpedo heater that we will fire up when we need it. In case it's not evidently clear from the first video, we are not, nor do we claim to be master craftsmen. Therefore, as I'm sure you've heard before, you're frequently going to hear me say, "Good enough for who it's for."
As can be seen in the time-lapse, this process is not rocket science. It is simply a tedious and repetitive task of measuring, cutting, hanging, and stapling the insulation to the wall framing.
We found it helpful to unroll the insulation to the required length, align it with one of the crack control joints in the concrete floor, and use a square point insulation knife to cut each piece to length. You may also notice us place a 2x4 over the insulation as we go. This helps support the insulation and keep it from folding over on itself, as the wall framing is spaced at larger than ideal intervals. In addition to supporting the insulation, the 2x4 also provided additional lateral support to the building framing and offered a mounting location for the wall sheathing. That's foreshadowing for a later episode. These videos are never meant to be taken as how-to. We just enjoy documenting the process of what we have done. However, we're always happy to share insights that we've gained along the way. One of those insights would definitely be, if you ever find yourself working with fiberglass insulation, I would 100% recommend wearing safety glasses and a respirator. Having completed the majority of this project without a respirator, primarily because Kayla was always wearing the one that we have, I wish we would have just bought another one. On the days that I was working by myself, I wore the respirator, and let me tell you, it makes a world of difference. I'll place a link in the description of the respirator and filters that we used, but please note that we have no affiliation with these products. I'm simply showing you what we did.
We repeated that installation process until all the walls were insulated. The next step was to place 2x4s around the bottom perimeter of the building.
We scored some contractor returned lumber from good old Facebook Marketplace for a smokin' deal. Once we got home, we unloaded the material in the barn and got to work. Each 2x4 was measured and cut to ensure that it would tie each stud into the columns. This building originally had approximately 0 lateral support, so we were doing whatever we could think of to stiffen the framing. Ultimately, as you'll see in a future video, we utilized diaphragm action from our wall sheathing and our ceiling to provide the lateral that the building was initially missing.
Our new to us building material. Thanks, Facebook Marketplace.
To really suit the style of the building, we plan on reusing as much of the lumber, screws, and nails that were already here as possible. You can see Caleb driving in a nail that we had taken out at an earlier time.
With the walls fully insulated, and the 2x4s around the perimeter of the building providing mounting for the future wall sheathing, it was now time to shift our focus to the gable ends and ceiling.
Good, don't waste the staples.
Gotta show the people what they want. What they want is progress. And glamour shots in the dark on top of sketchy ladders. Poof. Nice. You look pretty sweet in your respirator. Alright, let's see how good of a cut you put on it. Alright, what do we think? You like it?
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching.
We hope that you enjoyed the video. If so, please consider liking and subscribing so that you can follow along as we continue to build our dream workshop. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we certainly hope to see you in the next one.
Yep.